Good evening from our Capitol Bureau in Springfield. I'm Mark Maxwell. We're tracking some of the election results tonight. Are you at home on the edge of your seat waiting to see these big campaigns? Look, a lot of these local elections, they're school board races, they're village trustees, they're park commissioners. So you might not see a lot of these big electric campaigns with the big ads, but there are still some interesting lessons we can learn buried in the results tonight about how voters feel and how voters might feel. This is really our last chance to get that read on public sentiment before we go into the big March primary in 2022. It's a ways off from now, a lot of time, and a lot of things could change, but we've been tracking some of those school board election moments. I do have to take one break. I know we're on social media here, our digital channels. If it's election night in a newsroom, there's always pizza. And I don't know if anyone else does this at home, if you order pizza and watch the results come in, but if you don't mind, it really makes election night sort of a tradition. We all do it. Probably shouldn't do this on live television, but it's really good. Thank you to our friends at Papa John's for helping us out with election night, getting through this. As we're watching these results come in, we just got off the horn with several school board candidates. Some of them are incumbents. Pardon me, my mother would be very disappointed. I'm talking with my mouth full. I'll finish this bite in a moment. But many of these school board races are telling us a lot about how voters feel about how the pandemic was managed, especially in the suburbs, which is out of our viewing area, but there are a lot of candidates up there where these are big schools, a lot of space, and there was a lot of conflict, a lot of controversy over how quickly to reopen. We're watching that area especially, too, because the suburbs very well may be key to Governor Pritzker either winning a re-election or being upset by a Republican challenger. If a Republican can win there and capture all the downstate Republican votes, Governor Pritzker very well may be vulnerable. So we're looking to see how hot is that rage, how hot is the pent-up frustration or discontent in the public opinion because of the coronavirus. And many of the school board candidates we talked to, they said, look, this entire election is about a referendum on those restrictions. The CDC was giving the 6-foot perimeter around students, then they contracted that to 3, allowing effectively doubling the number of students that could go into school. That kind of gave school board members some breathing room. Schools are starting to get back into session a little bit, but we're going to be tracking those results for you. Also, we're looking at turnout. In the smaller districts, in a lot of places where the school boards and the parents were on the same page, there wasn't a lot of conflict, people agreed by and large, the turnout is average to lower. It's the bigger districts where there was more controversy and there might have been some rush to try to return to school. There was pushback from some of the different groups that didn't want to do it so fast. Those are the places where we're actually seeing higher turnout, more people engaged in the process. Yes, that's a good thing. You want more voters involved, but the reason many people are showing up, again, is because of all of that frustration. People want to make their voices heard, especially over something so personal as their kids' education and schools. So that's something to keep an eye on for tonight. We'll have continuing coverage for you on our digital platforms here on social media. You can join us there. If you haven't already, if you're plugging in to watch these results, I guess order a pizza. It's the thing to do. We're doing it here in our newsroom. But we'll see you there on Channel 3 at 9 and 10 o'clock with results from across Central Illinois. And that's the one thing we're watching from our Capitol Bureau here as well, is how voters and how public opinion might be shifting as students start to return to school. There are still some districts across the state that are completely remote. It's not at all the majority of districts anymore, but there are a few. There are some of those districts. So we'll have more of those details as the results start to come in. Polls closed at 7 o'clock earlier tonight. Now it's just a matter of counting those votes. So we'll see you tonight. For now, we're signing off here from the Capitol Bureau, but we'll see you around 10 o'clock on W.